Hi, Brian here, and today we're talking to Mike Dowling, who is the Parkinson Community Fitness Member of the Month. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Certainly, Brian. Again, my name is Mike Dowling. I have been involved with Coors Core Fitness for the last 5 years, and in the earliest days of this great facility here.
Well, I understand you're a Xavier man.
Absolutely, just like that. So, yeah.
That's big around here.
Yeah.
From your bio, that you married a UC girl.
Absolutely, yeah.
Just to
good looking co-ed. I say, yeah, that it was a blind date. That was 53 years ago.
Wow, 53 years ago.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Well, they say the first 50 years are the easiest.
Yeah. So, I was born and raised in Cincinnati, so I'm a Cincinnati kid. And right on through to Xavier and graduating there. And I was, as I mentioned in my write-up, ROTC, so I was signed up for in the 1968 for flight school through the ROTC program there.
Okay.
So, and in that particular time frame, it was the height of the Vietnam War. So, one way or another, you were going in. You know, a lot of guys were, whether it be a grunt on the ground and drafted or an officer. So I qualified for flight school, and we went from there. So
now it was helicopters.
Helicopters, right?
Okay.
Right. There was a fixed wing would have been a delight to do, but that wasn't the case.
Got it.
But it was just ironic. If you look at my graduation from Xavier, I was sworn into the Army at that point in time, and I got married that same weekend.
Oh, wow.
So I was saying, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, amen, and so on. So that was a busy weekend.
Yeah. I ask you, please tell me a little bit about your experience with Parkinson's.
I was diagnosed with Parkinson's about 5 years ago.
Okay.
And it was, the way it showed up is a slight hand tremor, and it would really show up when I was like our daughter lives in Cleveland, so we'd drive over to visit her and give the hand on the steering wheel. I would start one of these, movements, and what does that? Because of course, when you look at it, focus on it, it stops. So, but it just kept being there and picking up with intensity, and I had some shoulder surgery, and the surgeon was taking a look at me, and I said, let me ask you a question. I have a tremor on my hand. Is that a result of the bad shoulder? He goes, no. He says, if you got that, he said, I would check. It could be Parkinson's. And I said, no, And Parkinson's probably goes back to my exposure to Agent Orange in Vietnam.
Tell me about that.
Well, Agent Orange was the chemical used to kill the jungle off. Because where I flew was 3 canopy jungle, so you couldn't see what was going on real well. So they put down these tracks, and then eventually those would become bare places where I could land, kick up a lot of dust, and I'm breathing all that in. So that was the starting point. And I knew that, having known a couple of people that had Parkinson's, I knew that one of the key ingredients to living with it, for want of a better term right now, was exercise. And one of the social workers over there, administrator, gave me a booklet of all the different, who was available, what practices were available in boxing and so on and so forth. And she circled Coors Core Fitness.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so the concept, is articulated by Lisa and Chris and with Jackie. I thought this really makes a lot of sense, because I know down the road I'll appreciate it more and more. There's a place to go, and the term was used, sanctuary, and I think it's a very appropriate term. Because if you see somebody like that, that is in that kind of shape, from the standpoint, draws a lot of onlookers, and and just it's difficult. So we need something like this because you still get the social aspects here as well as you could anyplace else. But you couple that up with the health programs and the focus of all the array of discussions.
Is there anything else that I forgot to ask you, or you'd like to
I think
say?
you covered the waterfront.
Well, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to me today.
Thank you, Brian.
Yeah.
Thank you.